Hi, can I get a
Hamburglar.
Golden, perfectly salted.
Off the floor, off the scoreboard, off the bankboard, no rim.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I was born here in San Antonio, in the deep west side, and I was fortunate that I had a grandmother and a grandfather who came over from Mexico. But my grandmother did not know how to read or write, and so she said, you know what, however I can figure it out with whatever money I have, I'm going to try and help you guys to stay in school. And it was 8 of us, 8 children, and I was the youngest, and through her help, everybody finished school. And so I wound up going to Crockett Elementary, and then from there I went to Irving Middle School. And there is where I had the chance of meeting some very good teachers and coaches, and I was kind of running around with the wrong crowd. And for whatever reason, there was a teacher by the name of Honoree Rodriguez, who was a math teacher, that took an interest in me, and I don't know why, but gave me the riot act, and said, look, I don't want to see you running around with these kids anymore. You need to get into sports, you need to do something. And so he just kind of always was watching me. So I did get into sports. They taught us a lot about playing together as a team, having the can-do attitude, don't give up attitude. They got us to where we were good enough to win the city championship and beat out all the other middle schools. I was playing football in Brackenridge High School because our coaches transferred there, and they took us all over there. And I was playing football, but I decided that I was not going to be a college player because I was only 5'7". I was only about 165 pounds. So I decided to really focus on my grades, and to my surprise, I did very well. So then I continued going to school, and then a little bit after that is when I met the best thing in my life, which was my wife. And there was a professor, Dr. Leon Talley. So he said, look, I've got this book here that's published by the Department of Commerce, and it lists all these different franchises. He says, why don't you take a look at it, and you can bring it back to me after you take a look at it. And we started looking at what McDonald's offered, what kind of training they offered, what they required financially and everything. And so my wife said, let's write to them. And so we wrote to them, and to our surprise, they answered, and they said, well, here's an application, fill it out. And so we filled it out, sent it in. We didn't think much of it because they were requiring that you have about $1 million. And so we figured that if we sold everything we had, took our retirement, and out and put everything and sold whatever we could, a car, whatever, I think we came up with about $18,000. For whatever reason, I don't know, they took a liking, I think, to my wife or to us. And so we get started there at the McDonald's there on San Pedro and Cypress, right next to San Antonio College. This was about 1975. It all started with people in the San Antonio Independent School District. A lot of teachers are really do care. They really do care, and they do have they have the tools. They have the knowledge that once they share it with the students, it stimulates their hunger to want to know more.